Real estate investment trusts on Nordnet.
My name is PewDiePie, and I approve of this message.
Small disclaimer, PewDiePie doesn't actually approve of this video, but he has some killer green screens on YouTube. Greetings fellow investors, today I wanted to make a really short and sweet video where I just walk you through some of the real estate investment trusts available on Nordnet. We already have a video on REITs, which I will link after this one, so if you want to learn more about them, check that out after this one. In a nutshell though, I will include a definition as well as some pros and cons with REITs in comparison to traditional real estate investing. Let's start with a definition.
Hey, listen!
A real estate investment trust, REIT, is a company that owns, operates or finances income-generating real estate, modeled after mutual funds. REITs pool the capital of numerous investors, and this then makes it possible for individual investors to earn dividends from real estate investments without having to actually buy, manage or finance any of the properties themselves. Quite self-explanatory. Basically what you can do is just think of a REIT as an easy way for investors to pool their money and then use all of that money to invest in a number of real estate properties, very similar to what an index or mutual fund does with stocks. The most obvious pro with this is its simplicity. You do not have to worry about tenants or fixing things or any of the usual headaches with buying, renting and selling properties. On the flip side, you have a lot less control. Many investors make a killing in real estate by using a lot of leverage since it is considered so safe there. Leverage is just that they take a loan from the bank for the majority of the cost of the apartment and then use the rent they collect each month to pay off the loan, which allows them to get a leveraged or increased upside on what little money they have to invest themselves. You can of course do this with the stock market as well, but I would not recommend that.
Hey, there's a bubble!
However, since real estate is more stable and banks are more understanding, you can get some great deals when you buy and rent a property all by yourself. That's at least how it usually goes. This is why it's so lucrative. As already stated, the obvious downside with this is how time consuming all these tasks are, but hey, so is individual stock picking. And now when I think about it, they are very similar in that way. Index funds are kind of like REITs, and picking your companies to invest in yourself is a little bit like buying and renting your own properties. Just like with stock picking, it is definitely not for everyone. With the formalities out of the way, let's dive into what we can find on Nordnet. First off, where do we even find REITs on Nordnet? You will need to first of course log in to Nordnet. How many times have I said first now? Then immediately scroll down and try to change the language. Then we can have a small celebration because Swedish is finally available. However, we immediately have to facepalm because English is not.
No!
So we keep it in Finnish because I need to practice that shit anyway. So far, nothing achieved. Now you need to click Pörssit ja markkinat, followed by rahastot, and then you can simply choose kiinteistö in the category field. Now, all of the available REITs on Nordnet should show up. One of our viewers suggested that we take a look at Odin kiinteistö C, and so I did. However, small disclaimer, as usual, I am no expert and I might have missed a lot of obvious stuff, but what I can say for certain, this is a killer.
NANI?
And not in a good way, sadly. 1.5% in running annual fees will tend to eat you alive over time. Even if Odin keeps doing really well, as it's done for these past years, that fee will make things a lot harder for you in terms of making money consistently. Merely for that reason, this would be a definite no in my book. However, let's dive into it a bit further than that. You might think that I'm being unreasonable, and to some extent I am. Most REITs tend to take quite a juicy management fees. So if you really want to own some real estate without buying it yourself, this might still be the best option. But honestly, at that point, it might be better to just start investigating how you can do this yourself.
Fine. yourself.
There are so many more benefits, honestly, some of which we already discussed, even though there is some work involved. If that is not for you, a REIT might be okay and definitely better than just leaving your money in the bank. But with all that said, with these fees, I personally would not be interested. But please, let me know what you think in the comments below. Now, if you want to hear the discussion me and Marcus had on REITs, simply watch the next video that gets recommended here.